Well, we're going to check in with the Boise Weekly for our Idaho To-Do, kicking off the show today from the music of Treefort and the Boise Philharmonic to the local theaters like Boise Little Theater and Boise Contemporary Theater, or the incredible artistic displays of Freak Alley and the Boise Art Museum. The Treasure Valley, it has an incredible local art scene. So this week's edition of Boise Weekly, coming out tomorrow, is a nod to exactly that. And here to tell us all about this really unique edition is Jeanne Huff. Hey, Jeanne, how are you?
Hey. I'm doing great.
Excellent. So we are super excited about this incredible edition of the Boise Weekly. It's all about the arts, and it has a very special name too, right?
Right. Yeah, it's the Emporium edition, a compendium of arts, artists, and venues in the Treasure Valley.
I love the cover too. It's so celebratory and beautiful. And tell us a little more too about the theme of this issue. You know, why did you guys decide to do this?
Well, we actually published our very first Emporium in the spring, and it was a separate special publication, and that was the first time that we, had this theme idea, and everybody really loved it. But the problem with it was there are so many arts and artists and venues to cover in the Treasure Valley that we said, we're going to do this again. We just can't stop.
I know, you're probably going to have to do it again and again and again after that, right?
Yep.
There is so much to cover. Let's talk about neon artist Will Kirkman.
Yes. You would think, I thought that maybe neon art was something that wasn't really around anymore, but it is. And it's really interesting because it uses neon gas, but also argon gas. And the neon gas is kind of a different tone to it.
Yeah.
And the argon gas is the blue tone. So very interesting.
Yeah, like you said, that is an art that I think was really popular in a certain time period, but has now become more of like a nostalgic art form. So something that I think newer generations are going to be excited to learn about, right? Something that we're not so accustomed to. What's going to be unique about the Boise State art lecturer, Kristen Furlong? What can we look forward to there?
She also runs the Blue Galleries at Boise State, which are fabulous if you ever get a chance to go there and do a tour. And she also is an artist in her own right. And so she talks about an art installation that she created out of wood from the timber around in the Boise forest.
Oh, wow.
And it's really incredible.
Okay, so even like a little kind of, upcycling, reclaiming type art, which is actually pretty popular right now, right? Yep. Okay, and I love the fact too that you're also celebrating artists from our public school system, like Nampa High art teacher Bill Lewis.
Yes, and he is an incredible artist himself, and the feature on him is really interesting because it talks about how he came to art. He found this old video that his mother had kept and in the garage, and it said Bill made this. And from that video, when he was just a little kid that he had done, he then took the idea that was from his childhood and created some new art that kind of melds that together.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful story. I love that. And then also too, tell me about the Artisan Residency program that you'll be showcasing as well.
Well, the Artisan Residency programs, and it's really interesting because we're doing, there's a story on Searles Place, which is in Garden City, and it's a gallery, an event space, but also an Artisan Residency program. And then there's also the James Castle House, which similarly has an artist in residency program. But the artist in residency program at the James Castle House, as I understand it, takes an artist through James Castle's magnificent repertoire of so many works, and so kind of immerses them in that world, and then they create something from the ideas of it or just being there and letting
really
it all
inspirational,
surround them.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, really, and that's what all artists are looking for, is that inspiration, that source of, that spark for that next project. And I love the fact too that, you know, even just the brief conversation we've had now, you're focusing on arts across the Treasure Valley. You went to Nampa, Garden City, Boise, and in addition to the visual arts now too, there's going to be a discussion about, or at least an article about, dance movement with Tony Carnell.
Yes. And they are an amazing dance artist, and they were originally with the ballet in town, the ballet dance troupe, but they decided then that they wanted to take dance to kids and to just regular people who want to dance, and to bring that joy to them. So they do dance, they do master classes, and they also do just dance classes.
Oh, that's awesome. So introducing it to everybody. It's not just something to awe at, but also something that anyone can be a part of and practice and appreciate. Okay, but we got to talk about the Record Exchange.
The Record Exchange is our local independent record store, and there aren't that many. I mean, there are some across the country, and they're a tight-knit group, really. And the Record Exchange has undergone new ownership this year, but it's maintaining that community feel, the place that you go to peruse. There's a coffee shop there, there's a gift shop there, but it's also a music venue.
Yes.
And I don't know, a few years ago when David Bowie died, people would come to the record store because they were grieving. They didn't know where else to go. And so they brought local music artists together and had an in-store a concert featuring all David Bowie songs.
Wow.
And it brought the community together. And ever since, they do this all the time.
Yes, the Record Exchange, definitely a part of our local culture and a celebration of the arts in itself. Jeanne, where can people go to get their edition of the Boise Weekly?
Albertsons, Fred Meyer, the Jacksons, your local coffee shop, the Flicks. And if you can't find it, we have a tool on our website. Where can I find my Boise Weekly? And you can just look at that.
Wonderful. Jeanne, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate your time and looking so forward to this special edition. You take care, my friend.
You will love it.
I know I will. All right. Thank you. You take care, Jeanne. Bye-bye.